What is something you own that was really expensive, but you never use? My piano was $10,000 when I bought it, and the last couple years I've barely touched it. Pianos surely have good resol, correct? Time to trade it for a jet ski, man. I'm pretty sure they're hard to give away. Thrift stores continuously lend them down as they are a heavy item that takes up a lot of space, that has limited use if you aren't a regular player. My weekend car, $45k between purchase and motor. Sometimes it goes a month without moving, just sits in my garage with a battery maintainer. It's a fantastic car, just eats tons of fuel, and I don't have much time for it between work and now going back to school. I'm never selling it though. A hurdy-gurdy. Spent thousands on a high quality one, and I used it for a year. Then I had kids. Now the only spare time I have at home is when the kids are sleeping, and hurdy-gurdy is loud enough that no kid is going to sleep through it. I can't wait until I get time to start playing it again in a decade from now. A $4,300 gaming laptop due to where I'm living. I get hyping, aka, game lags and is not smooth. You should sell that as soon as possible. It's a heavily depreciating asset, so the sooner you sell the more money you'll recover. Advertise it on Craigslist or equivalent site in your area. You can buy a normal laptop with some of the money and save the rest. Or UPH-4N28 could play open world games that don't rely on multiplayer. Honestly, I think those games create much more memorable and enriching experiences. This is the much better answer. Just because you're not playing online games doesn't make it useless. Single player games are usually better and more memorable anyway. For real. There are very few games that I care about playing that rely heavily on multiplayer. Those fancy pillows that fill your bed with, but just to throw them to the floor at night. I have a Movado watch. It's sitting in our safe. Make sure the battery still works. If it dies, it will leak into the movement and destroy the watch, assuming it's a battery operated watch. If it's an automatic, make sure you are servicing it every 5 years. There's a lot of work in automatic and mechanical watch maintenance. A bathroom remodel that we did in our second bathroom that my wife nor I use. I have a Roman coin from Pompeii that depicts Philip the Arab. I think it's obvious why I never use it. I have a couple East German Deutschmarks. We should go shopping together. Not me, but in my country in 90s and early zeros having a mini stereo system with CD changer and flashy display was kinda sign of wealth, especially Sony or Technics ones. Sometimes people would buy it during building a home, then use it 1 or 3 times and leave it at standby for years. That's why there's a huge amount of them offered on internet, even if more than 20 years passed. I got a pad to draw on my laptop only for this new location. To take all my time away, yes, because of work. I bought 2 Swiss Army knives in Interlaken. They're very nice, Victorinox. One is the original red design and the other is this bigger kinda coarse black one with more of a grip to it. They combined cost me about 300 francs, which was a lot for me at the time. Still is. Thought I'd get to use them a lot, like I had with my old Swiss Army knife I'd play with in my late preteens, going around carving stuff in the woods. I don't think I've ever used the red one. The black one is a glorified bottle opener. Every answer that is an instrument music related hits way too close to home. I bought a $250 portable synthesizer because I saw somebody else using it and thought, wow, I'd love to have an instrument I can take anywhere. Of course I had no idea how to play it, and to this day, I've only managed to use it in a single recording. Not to mention all the money I've sunk into recording equipment which I'm still learning to use, just to make a recording every once in a blue moon. Top shelf rollerblades. I live in the countryside. I'm an idiot. Not me, but my dad bought a car and never used it. Why? Cause he never got the time. I bought my sister a Nintendo Switch for her birthday, but she never used it because she doesn't have time. It was over $340. Christ, where to start? Ones that spring to mind. Our laptop and iPad. Literally forgot we had it, found it with 0 battery under some paperwork this morning. My Xbox 360. I mean, not prissy now I guess, but when it was new. It's not quite never, only once every other month or so, but I have a pair of roller skates that I spent something like $600 on, and that was an absolutely insane deal for them 6 or 7 years ago. To be fair, when I first got them, I was on them for somewhere around 15 hours a week. I have $90 book full of photos by Peter Lick. Leave it in the coffee table open. It's not horribly expensive, but I have a bamboo tablet which I almost never use because I get frustrated with having my scant drawing skills being reduced to that of a kindergartner's. Won't get better by never drawing though. Oh no. A telescope and a drone. I got both of them as gifts. I don't go outside that much. The telescope is cool enough because I like space stuff, but the drone, it has a camera, but there is nothing interesting near me for miles. It's expensive and fragile enough for me to get worried just by handling it. $4,000 TV. I used to watch films and play on my console on it, but then I discovered Netflix and I bought a PC, so I barely use it now. You can watch Netflix on a TV. My 1999 Dodge Grand Caravan Sport. I'm gonna try to get it running this summer. The drum set my father gave me. Everything in our living room. Big TV, nice coffee table, a custom made couch. We just never use that room and it's such a waste. I'm pretty young, so I don't get paid much, which is why I find this expensive, but my $80 Amazfit smartwatch, I never use it because I live in Florida and the heat makes it stick to my wrist and it's uncomfortable. My musical instruments, none of them is particularly really expensive, but all of them are quite so, at least for me. I have 3 electric guitars, 1 electric bass guitar, 2 acoustic guitars, 1 mandolin, 1 violin, 1 zither, 1 ukulele, 1 MIDI controller, and 1 pair of bongo drums. Gold stopwatch that's broken, family heirloom. Jewelry, it's just kinda there. I don't get out much. Someone already said college degree already, so I'll go with my PS4. Used it for Persona 5 and KH3, nothing else. That second pair of Louboutins I got 8 months ago. I liked them then, but have not worn them once. A pair of sump pumps for the basement that have never been needed or used. It was expensive to have pump pits made in the cement floor, electrical outlets installed, plus the cost of the sump pumps with a discharge line to the outdoors. The best case scenario, they stay useless. Bought a rank on a Minecraft server for $60 like 5 years ago that I never played on. I have no clue why I did it, but I was 12. Why oh so? All of my skirts and perfumes, luckily I didn't buy them, they were all gifts. Grandma. Pair of shoes that cost $140. Wore them once. Probably my PC. Could get a decent laptop for £1,000, but my current PC wouldn't sell for that much. My car. I fainted a few times, so I'm not going to have a license for a long while. Puffco Peak. Stoners beware, that thing is a major pose. My wife. No, seriously, the boat. Gas is a fortune to get to the spots I like offshore, along with the dock fees. I live in FL and need to have it pulled every time a hurricane looks like it's coming to put it in a dry dock, which is expensive, and you still need to pay your regular dock fees when it's not there. Needs constant cleaning and maintenance. I can't bring myself to sell it though. I'm an idiot. $889 Yeezy Boost 350. Worn a few times, but I've had them for 6 months. I wear my other Yeezys way more. Your cake day icon to get up votes. I buy UGR cards and don't play with them very often, only because I don't have anybody to. The big one is probably all the games I buy but don't play. I never spent much on them, but pounds to every few days adds up over years. A bed. If I'm doing well I can sleep in it, but recently last few months I haven't been doing well enough for my mind to let me relax in there. Not the most expensive gear here, but it's same my GoPro Hero 5 that I've used twice since I got it. I sort of sat around waiting for it to make me get epic shots during my trip through Southeast Asia. Going to try to sell it though. I've also learned that you need to put in the effort. Buying gear won't do the trick, you have to yourself. A plastic model static display of the US Hornet CV8 that I bought for $125. Since I plan on building her as the Enterprise CV6 as she appeared right before the first launch at Midway, I then spent another $75 for a conversion set, and another $20 or $30 on additional aircraft. She had 90 aircraft on deck. Kit comes with 40 Ike. Still don't have enough aircraft, and I still plan on getting the laser cut balsa wood flight deck $75 at last check and brass photo etch detail set $50. Total $355. Still need more planes. It's in 1/350 scale. A late SX class starting at CV9 was quite a bit bigger than all previous US carriers and had a flight deck length of 881 feet. That ends up being around 3 feet long ship model.